Hello, I'm Sahoya. I will be doing my creative project on a piece of furniture, so I decided to do a table just because it's a little more simple and I've never done this before. What I used for my painting process. So first I used some gloves because, well, I learned the hard way and I got paint on myself and it doesn't come off very easily. So I used gloves. I had some paper towels just to wipe anything excess that I dropped on the ground, which I ended up doing, of course. I had about 2 packs of the 2-pack of these for the paint roller. I bought, so the color that I wanted to use, which was like an off-white, I also bought a primer. I ended up forgetting the primer, so unfortunately I forgot to use the primer first. And so I'll use this probably on another project that I will make. But it ended up working out well with just the paint. I think I got a little bit more of the texture that I wanted, and it made the color less bright. If I added the primer, it would have made it a very, very bright looking white. So then I bought a few of these. I think I threw the other one. Oh no, actually there's 2 under here. So I had these to use for the paint, some star sticks obviously for the paint. I bought a few of these brushes. I threw some away already, but these were just to help paint the legs and underneath. And then I bought different grits of sandpaper. I bought the 220, the 100, and then this was the little sanding paper thing that I used. I also used this one for certain areas that were easier to get to with this point rather than the round. And so these are all the things that I used. It's gonna be a little bit harder kind of getting around the edges of the legs, but I'll probably hand sand that and then use this little guy right here for the top and the flat surface. So that's where I'm starting. That I should have probably been wearing a mask while doing this. A lot of dust has been happening, and then also just even a face shield or goggles. So I have a face shield just to help with not getting anything in my eyes. I sanded down as much as I can anyway on the table. I have it upside down right now, but I tried my best to sand on the legs. The legs were definitely difficult. But the next I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a finer grain of sanding just to finally finish all of the sanding down. And then I will wipe everything down, all the dust, and proceed with painting. And I'm going to be roll brush painting. So I've done the first layer, and I've already realized I messed up. I should have painted the legs and everything else first and then the top, but I did the top then the legs. Took the third coat very well. At first it was really streaky, so I'm glad I ended up doing more. Of course, this is not the best paint job. It's definitely my first time. Getting under here was pretty essential, so I definitely did that because it looks a lot nicer. And then I ended up actually going under and just doing a little bit just to kind of make it so that it's all one color. I didn't do a super good job obviously, but at least it kind of didn't show like any brown. There is a little bit right there. It was hard to kind of get everything, but in the end, at least the legs are not as white see-through as they were before. So after several days of this drying, I noticed that there is a part of the table where it soaked in the color wrong. And so I think what I'm gonna have to do is end up doing a third coat on the top layer. So unfortunately, I probably won't get that texture look. But yeah, I'm not really sure.